might be coming back to something bad. Nope, Alan still seems to be hanging in there. Alright, that's excellent. And it looks like our meds are doing better than ever. Actually, we have a lot of resources. We're doing great. BZ-75 automatic, full auto paired with the usual BZ-75 excellence spare mag is fitted as a foregrip. Okay, well that can go back in. We've got all kinds of good stuff here. Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to State of Decay. And it's occurred to me that we've actually been pretty hasty. I mean, we've learned that no one's coming for us, that if anyone's gonna save us, it's us right here, that we have to build something for ourselves, a future here. And well, it seems like we're doing pretty well for ourselves. We're keeping people alive, we're helping where we can. In other words, we are the community outreach where, well, the community right down the road, those in the courthouse, seem to be bent on keeping everyone down. See, that's the difference between us. They think of themselves as the law. They're trying to do things the way it was done before. But us, we're doing things the simple country way, neighbors, being neighborly, helping each other. And now that there's no more military to threaten us, even better, the military that's still here is helping us. I think we are actually in a more powerful position. I mean, what's to stop us from just throwing down artillery on the courthouse? The shallow game mechanics, that's what.
I got something you might want to see here. Meet me as soon as you can. I could use some backup.
Okay. Well, as always, I want Maya to be the one to go see you, so... Ed. Ed, why don't you do some scavenging?
Here you go.
What? My dad's watch. Thank you. This really means a lot to me.
It sounded like it was pretty important to you. I figured it was the least I could do.
Well, better late than never, right? When did we get that? At the end of episode 2? We're on episode 5 now? Ed, you've also been hoarding painkillers. I know you had a traumatic experience, probably a bit of a germaphobe now, but my god. Okay, you can put all that back. And you don't need a shotgun. You know what? In fact, I think you're actually better suited with a pistol. We've been doing well, but something I have been quite regretful over is the fact that we haven't taken in nearly as many people as I would like. There's strength in numbers, and for all the enclaves we've seen collapse, people are safest here. Again, I really regret just sort of rushing the end, and I know that I can only keep this interesting for so long. That's why I've been trying to do that, but you can spend a lot of time in Trumbull. I mean, heck, that's why they made the Breakdown DLC. When you exhaust the map, you can just move on to, well, the same map again, but restocked, and we're saying it's a different place. Die? Ed's maybe a scavenger, but he's actually become a pretty good fighter all his own. Looks like under our protective umbrella, these guys over here are still doing good. And you know what? I think we should go pay them a visit. In our partly repaired sports car. Hey, we want to be fast and tough, right? You know what? We're out here. We've got it good. We've got a nice ride. Ooh. Look at that. It's the landing gear from the plane, probably the one crashed in the field. That is a really nice detail. I tell you what, we're out here in Ray's awesome sports car. Why don't we take the scenic route, huh?
I think our defenses are okay, but I'm not sure I want to put them to the test.
Oh, shut up. They're
Might
great.
have to set up a few more outposts.
We haven't been to this whole side of the map. Looks like things are crumbling over here. I always kind of describe this as like a Simpsons hit and run map, where it's just kind of a big open space with a racetrack loop. And that's exactly what this is. We haven't actually been on this side of the loop, so there's something over there that I really, really need to see. Make up your mind, up or down. I think one of the best things the Yos did was adding a whole bunch of variety to the cars. I mean, it used to be like the same 2 or 3, just spammed all over the place. I'm just looking around for signs of any other enclaves, because we actually haven't seen very many. But here we are. Trumble's own gas station attraction. Now, that pterodactyl up there, actually a physics object. I've seen the devs do it on stream. You can back a car up to it and get it to fall into the bed, and they tried to carry it around for as far as they could. Oh, hey, that actually startled me a bit. Is there anything we actually need while we're here? Could maybe use a little bit of food, especially if we're going to be taking more people in. Stego Saver. Prehistoric savings? Current day once. The game's got charm, man. There's actually a lot of zombies here, though.
I need a breather.
You sure do. And it doesn't look like you're going to get one soon. Used to be, if you ran up fast enough, you could take down a zombie on the ground. But these guys just seem to glitch into an upper position. I really do wonder if there's, like, some effect of running it at a higher frame rate. Okay. Even just a little bit of food will be worth our while. There we go, already.
Load it up. See you back at base.
Oh, hey. Let's go. You guys are gonna aggro, but that's okay. I don't care, because you're nowhere near our base. Bit of an added hike, but hey, it's actually a pretty looking game when you look at it. I still remember when I realized that the reason there's so many wrecks in the road is to keep you from speeding too much on the 360. Probably a way to limit how much it has to load in at a time. It is a bit of clever design, I admit. Howdy folks, the sheriff has arrived. Now, I did a bit of scavenging in that gas station, filled up my inventory, but it doesn't matter, because if we come in here, we now have a locker where we can safely stash our extras and get any supplies we might need too. That's something I hadn't even considered. Alright, these guys have a job. I'm really hoping to get them to move down to Marshall with us. And nobody can just leave their door open. Granted, it is the zombie apocalypse.
We need to make things safer around here. How about it?
Feral, huh? Well, you are a soldier.
Lead the way.
Let's do this.
I would very much like to have you. Are you alone here? I haven't even seen any other Enclave members. Except back when I dropped somebody off. The northern part of town. Alright, I'm gonna fire one shot, and then we should be able to take this on together in melee combat, right? Wow, didn't even draw their attention. Okay, this could get easier. Yep, nope. Of course not. And somebody else joins the fray to make it a more even fight. Once these things are on the ground, it's best to just start spamming Z, because it cancels the attacks against you. Note, does not apply to ferals, so still keep an eye out. I'll let you get this one. Project Zomboid style, I like it.
Keep your eye on the right. We got zombies incoming.
Keep an eye on that gas canister.
Consider this one searched.
Damn it! Back me
You're down? Excuse me, what happened to you? Maybe you're not the soldier I think you are. It's kind of weird when Ed is the more competent fighter, although he's got experience. I really should not be slandering Ed this way. Not after all he's been through. Anybody here? There may be.
Keep your eye on
Nope.
the right.
Nope.
Got zombies
Nope. Nope. Not what we're here for. Not what we're here for, and not something I want to take with a group. I don't trust you to stay out of its way, honestly. Okay, I already know that there's not going to be anything in that construction site.
Watch behind you.
That means the only place left to search is going to be
Go through
the
or
gas
go right.
station. But I'm thinking we might use the Griswold van that's parked over here. It's concerning me that I still can't see this feral. Never mind. Yep, here it comes. Okay, this way, this way, this way. Run.
I see one.
There's got to be somebody to back you up. That's how it is with ferals. And unfortunately, it seems I'm the backup. Okay, don't let it get up, and it's down. As long as somebody is bait,
I'm ready to leave.
you can pretty easily take one down. There we go. Your neighborhood is now a bit safer. And you guys, it says you're not there anymore. Why? Whoa. I was looking at the map trying to figure out where that guy actually lives. Okay. Apparently he's right around the corner from the church, actually, across the other side of the street from the outpost. Okay, you're still safe in our umbrella. So what do you say?
What's the sitch?
I don't know, what is the sitch? We don't have full trust. We'll need to do some more for you. You've got fire bombs here. You know what? Have a gun. On the way back, there's a Zed hunt available at the Grange.
Come home and get some rest.
A simple armored Zed. Yeah, we may be tired, but you know what? Coffee's available here.
So, the sheriff called you Alex.
Shit. I was really hoping you didn't notice that.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, I'm sure you have your reasons for changing your name. As far as I'm concerned, they're yours. So, yeah, I'm not gonna pry. But if you do ever want to talk about it...
Thank you.
Hey, I just got a report from some folks outside Spencer's Mill. Couldn't get a lot out of them, but they sounded scared. Might be worth checking out.
Nervous survivor. Find out what spooked the poor guy. Okay, we might be out here a little longer.
Need something?
I think I do. I'm gonna take a couple of these. Oh, and I'm glad to see you're putting that tower to use.
Come on.
Karen, you show up in the weirdest places, don't you?
The freaks we really gotta
No
worry
skills, a drunk,
about. Guess I'll follow you.
but I guess I should be praising you for being a go-getter. Alright, let's help the Grange clear their problem. Huh, look, easiest gag quest ever.
I see one.
Give me your best shot.
Oh no, nobody's getting anybody's best shot.
Make sure everything's clear.
Goodbye.
Got him.
Alright, will you go home now? Well, first of all, our lone survivor seems to want some help again. Once you go out, you gotta be ready for the long haul, I guess. Hey, I'm back.
We need to make things safer around.
You want to kill another
Lead the
feral.
way.
Let's do
Okay.
this.
Well, let's try and do it with a car this time.
Zombies up here.
I think if we headshot the bloaters, they'll actually end up on the ground. Like the bile spewers from Helldivers. Like, they won't actually pop, and they'll become even more of a hazard. Come on. I don't particularly care about this car, so... Where is that feral? I hear him. There he is.
All right, found you.
Nope.
Got him.
There we go. Now, hopefully that puts us in better standing, I hope. Hopefully. There he goes. One thing that's kind of cool about the police car, and it only makes sense since we're going to help a scared survivor in a police car, you can actually turn on the sirens. Now, of course, that makes a lot of constant noise. Great for distractions, not so great for whatever I'm doing right now. But it's still gotta feel cool, and Ed needs the win.
I already told you, we don't have any ammo. I mean, Christ, we're already down to killing zombies with 2x4s.
Yeah, that's real heartbreaking. Thing is, that doesn't change our bottom line.
But I don't have any.
I'm not interested in your excuses. You got 2 days. Oh, and in case you were wondering, we do have ammo.
I'm guessing these are the Wilkerson's buddies.
Perfect. The hell was I thinking?
Give up
Everything
5
okay?
cases of ammo to help a stranger? Well, thankfully I know where we can get a lot more.
Oh, okay, hey, just a word of advice. Job Wilkerson ever offers you anything on credit, you run for the hills like your ass is on fire.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We can do it.
Yeah, I got that impression. Alright, come on, follow me.
Okay.
Alright, let's go. We'll pay their debt, but once again, we're giving ammo to those people. We really should be using our unique pull
Spotted an infestation.
to call in artillery strikes on both them and the courthouse. Wow, you are not in a safe place. In fact, you're in the same barn where we recruited all those other survivors from before. Alright, this is the easy way home. The way through the fields, cutting right through the center of the map. Well, I mean, it's a little bit more dodgy, but it gets us there faster. That's why, in my opinion, the best place to set up in the game is the farm. That place we just passed with the gate. Because you're far away from anything, you can set up... There's a couple of buildings nearby where you can set up outposts for traps. But you have easy access to everywhere on the map, and that's the true advantage. Let's get you some ammo. We've got plenty more where that came from.
Come on, you're carrying this.
This is, wow, this is a lot of ammo. What were you planning to do with this?
Just follow me and stay close. I'd rather you didn't get eaten.
I was planning on killing some Wilkersons, but this game doesn't let you. See, I would love dilemmas like that in the game. You can certainly see... Eric, are you alright? You can certainly see why there would be nervousness around getting on the bad side of somebody like the Wilkersons, who you can maintain a relationship with. And I can see why certain survivors would not be happy with the idea of you preemptively wiping out another community. But you gotta try and see into the future, see who's going to be a problem, not just who is. And, well, if we had killed the Wilkersons shortly after our dealings with Eli, a lot of people would probably have been saved from some suffering. And some others would have thought we were the psychos over the hill. If there were human combat, imagine how much more nervous we'd be every time we come up this path, knowing who's at the end of it. Oh, hey Joel, you wanna freak them out? Let's give them a sound they're used to. Oh, and probably bring a huge herd down on them while we're at it. Although since we're bringing them stuff, we're really more like the ice cream man right now.
Here you go. And what the hell is this? The rest of the ammo you're owed? That should clear the debt. Well, you boys didn't have a bullet to your name. This is from your stock, isn't it?
Don't be an idiot. Why would it be from their stock?
Well, does it clear the debt or not? Yeah, bullets are bullets. Don't much care where they came from. You can tell your sweethearts their debt's settled.
The hell'd you do that for?
I don't even know what to say. Thank you doesn't really cover it, does it?
Forget about it. You'd have done the same for us.
Well, yeah, I guess, but I mean, you couldn't really have known that.
Alright, off you go. It looks like we got a new radio option. Sharpshooting.
Attention citizens. If any of your loved ones have contracted what's being called black fever, we advise you to quarantine them immediately. While at this stage, the Army does not believe the disease is communicable, its onset is extremely unpredictable. An unexpected death will lead to spontaneous reanimation.
That's hilarious. Not only is Montresor's still alive, she's still trying to act like there's a plan. Let's go. This place is actually more infested than most. But yeah, our new radio option is we can call Mickey Wilkerson in for sniper support. That's kind of nuts. I'm not sure I like it. Time for us to head back.
Hey, we've got another message from Cleo.
Great.
This is Cleo. Order derived. Perico, Angels 40, 10 mics. Posit 11 Tango Mike Papa, 25 Foxtrot 05 Oscar.
Okay. So then it would make sense for you not to appear right away. Still got some infestations in town. So much work to do. There's always so much work to do. Oh, hey. Seems like our soldier is under attack. This could be the opportunity I was waiting for. Killed it for you. Anyway, I'm just kind of like finding stuff so that I can give it to you.
Safer around here.
You want to kill another feral.
Ready to move.
Well, you know what?
Let's do this.
I got you. I got you. You can see why I'm not dragging this game out for as long as I could. It does get a tad repetitive after a while. So where's this feral? Up the road.
I just spotted an infestation.
Okay, that's an infestation. Is it a feral? Hordes everywhere. Spencer's Mill is so much worse than when we left it. That's Juggernaut. Wow, everything up here is just so horrible. Feral!
Right, found it.
There we go. Slap you with the side and peel on out. That's how we do it. That's how Ed does it. See, Ed opts for the airstrike perspective. Why play it strong when you can play it safe?
Thanks to the brave actions of our Trumbull County Sheriff's deputies, the lawless elements that plague the rest of the valley have been kept out of Marshall. Let this be a lesson to those Wilkerson boys and anyone else who would prey on their fellow survivors. The law still reigns in Marshall.
You seem so sure. Oh, hey, zombies. Whoa! Well, I guess in some way we got to see the traps work. We heard radio news about a Cleo drop. We've heard nothing since. Alright, well, anyway, you are on infestation duty for now. Why do you guys take so many unnecessary things out of the locker? It's very irritating.
Hey, over here.
Israel, you're supposed to be our emotional support. Also, there's zombies in here.
Lead the way.
Ready to go? 'Cause I am.
Well, here we are now. Yeah, you definitely need my help.
on now.
Sometimes it's best to just let you handle things. Not everything is worth my stability. Can we identify that screamer? Fortunately, it doesn't seem so. Oh, there it is! You moron. See, this is why we wait for things to come out instead of just bursting our way in. Oh, and you're actually pushing past zombies so that you can get yourself surrounded. Excellent AI. Yeah, I just saved your life like 3 different times during all that. But here we are.
I'm done here.
That's one Seek destroyed. Wait, no, that actually sounded really bad.
Supply drop is here. It's definitely somewhere in the valley.
Good stuff. So it really does count down to it. And of course, it's all the way back in Spencer's Mill. This drop is at the base of that water tower. Now, if you'll recall, the last drop didn't go so well for old Jacob. So, let's be careful. Oh, here they come. Awesome. There's a Juggernaut in there. There's a Juggernaut. Didn't know that could happen. And it happened to be right there in that fence. Well, I'll tell you what. That could actually potentially be a blessing, you know, unless something like that happens. We're killing them. But we need more of them to come out here. We also only have so much suppressor left. Come on, get out of here. The friggin' bloater got me through the fence. Jacob and his Cleo drops, not exactly a winning combo already. Jacob and edged weapons, very much a winning combo. Jacob and being tired, losing combo, very losing combo. Oh no, you're not getting close again. As for you, we could potentially just ring around the Rosie. Or what we could do is bullfight you entirely in here. And I'm not sure which is worth it. Charge. It's just we have the ability to do the damage. Get in. We're doing massive damage with this. We just can't really afford to have you doing stuff like that. Ah, that gap in the fence. We can slip through without climbing over. So can zombies. Oh my god, what is with these controls right now? Out here, bud. Okay, yes, now climb over. Allow him to build some momentum. Get in there. Get out. They're not hard. This is actually, like I said, it's an ideal arena for these guys. And you're down. And now we're good. So long as we stop this thing from calling them in. We've got more suppressors. Got another of these things, more thermite. All good stuff. And the Cleo Striker 40, a 40 caliber pistol.
So do you think Cleo knows we're here? And she's sending these things to us on purpose? Or are these beacons just landing everywhere?
I don't know. But the point is, it's pretty much built everything we have. I mean, these weapons, they give us our main advantage. Allow relatively lowly fighters that we were in the beginning to become this. We've got so many. Wait, it shows the frag. Okay, that's the horde down. This is ridiculous. There's this one soldier just living on his own in a house out here. I didn't even know that could happen. I thought it was always groups of 3. And no matter what, I just can't get him to max trust. Can't get Senpai to notice me. Can't get him to join us.
I know you have a lot to do, but time's running short on some of this. Do what you can.
Farrell. Get on my door. Get on my door. And that's how it's done. It's a good thing they're so stupid. Now, Jacob, before we send out Maya, we've still got one infestation to clear downtown here. And in fact, it's right around the corner from the courthouse, which is really embarrassing for them. Hey, Anderson Barrera, you've come back to Main Street. This place has become your stomping ground.
Give us a hand clearing this place out.
Alright, I am honored to fight among such a mighty warrior.
Better get ready. We'll be on them soon if we keep going this way.
Show me your skills, man. Demonstrate. Good stuff. Okay, this infestation's around the back. I apparently can't make it up this curb. Let's do it. Oh, wait, let's swing to the left. I wanted to see if there would be like a propane tank outside like there is for some of them.
So damn tired.
Be as tired as you want, but later.
Yeah, keep it up.
No reason not to use guns. Remember, there's a screamer. There it is. Get out of my way. Are you serious? What's happening? This thing's bulletproof. What?
Stay sharp. This isn't over.
Okay, that proved to be the better option. Stop.
That should do it. Area's secure. That's it.
Marshall a little safer now. Some ammo for us. And a 22 varmint rifle.
I mean, it doesn't suck.
Look at that, the 870 Aggressor AD.
It may be too late.
Well, we've made our ammo back. Alright, Maya, it's all you now. Let's go see what the army wants across the bridge.
You coming? This is important.
Absolutely I am. I remember when these army trucks were added in the Lifeline DLC. I was so happy when I found out they'd be added to the base game. A lot of the stuff came later. One of the advantages is you can just go right over stuff like this. Hey, you, this way. Get away from the Grange. Convenient. Looks like Tannen boys have blown open this bridge as well. There was some ammo and medicine at the other one. Now this is largely unexplored territory except for the fair on the other side. Coming out here alone at night actually feels kinda spooky, not gonna lie. Especially since the streets seem to be so much more, well, no pun intended, but dead than everywhere else. Even Spencer's Mill is entirely infested since we left. And of course, we're pulling up to the creepy abandoned church.
Time's not exactly on our side, if you know what I mean.
Shit. Is he still alive?
Yeah, not for long by the look of it.
Gotta get out of here. I can't stay.
Easy, soldier. What happened to you?
I'm too sick. Left me behind. Left all the sick ones behind. Guess that's why they always say, don't drink the water.
We got a term for this in the Army. That term is FUBAR. You better get going.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
You gonna take care of him? So it's the water, you say? Huh, you actually did.
I've been thinking about what our dying friend said about the water. Right before they locked me out, the science geeks were talking about something they found up at the reservoir. Now I'm thinking we ought to go check it out.
I'm on it.
Let's move out then.
Sounds like a good idea. Right after we check out what's in the backpack over yonder. A small backpack. You know, that just would be the punchline, wouldn't it? Alright, get in. No point in trying to fight this. You could have hopped in the bed and looked way more cool. Hordes out here, yeah. Things over here are a little bit more sparse. But that just means more places for us to weave away from prying eyes. Can only get through on foot there. There's a road going this way.
So what else did you find out? Do you know where the army went?
Bugged out.
I need to do
well, the ones
something.
that weren't sick or hurt, at least.
Hold on.
Alright, fight the rest. I did not want to drive that truck through it. It can handle it, don't get me wrong. Oh, right, you're handling that.
Okay.
Well, thanks.
Bugged out. Well, the ones that weren't sick or hurt, at least. You saw what they did with them. This whole operation's been a chuckle fuck from day one, and your people seem to be the only ones with their heads on the outside of your collective asses. Just sorry your reward for that looks like death by supercall. You know, when we first set up camp here, the captain designated this as our R&R spot. Short of sitting on our bunks jerking off, all we were allowed to do with our free time was come up here, swim a few laps, and try to pretend MREs were suitable barbecue fodder. In retrospect, I'm not sure which I regret more. I recognize some of this. It's the same shit the Geek Squad was carting around when they were trying to find out what caused this.
What's it do?
Fucked if I know. I'm just a professional bullet stopper. They don't waste big words on me. They must have bailed in a pretty big goddamn hurry to leave all this behind. Let's see if we can get a better look.
That black miasma over the water doesn't seem good.
Ah, succinctly put. Now, it's been a while since I read my field survival manual, but I'm pretty sure dead guys rotting in your water supply is what's known as a bad thing.
We're gonna have to leave the valley, aren't we? We can't keep drinking this.
There's only one way out if you don't have air support. The pass back by the fairgrounds. It links up with the main highway after about 10 miles. Trouble is, the army blocked it off when they left. Probably trying to stop whatever this is from spreading.
Then how do we get out?
I'm not sure yet. I got a couple of leads I can check out. Meantime, your people ought to start stockpiling supplies. I don't know what things will be like on the outside, but I doubt it's good.
Everything we've built and the circumstances of our environment mean we can't stay. God, that is horrific, and it means it's what we've been drinking all this time. It's a miracle everyone's not infected. But we've got to go. He said start stockpiling supplies. At this point, we don't know for sure, but he's convinced that this has spread out. Do you not maybe want a ride, Eric? No? Okay, well, you just keep doing your cardio. Oh, and try not to worry too much about this horde that's over here. Here, I'll distract the worst a bit. Not that I really need much thanks to the Cleo drops, but I'm kind of curious to see what military-grade gear we can scavenge. And no doubt Maya would be as well. So, what comes from helicopter wreck? Some more grenade launcher ammo, although we've never actually found a grenade. These look like thermite, but it says frag. Maybe I just had one that looked similar and the rest of those really were thermite. Let's see if we can see what's in here. Looks like this was their relief center. Interestingly enough, this place isn't labeled as anything special on the map, just as warehouse, but clearly it's a lot more than that. They shot survivors against this wall. I don't appreciate how your animation can just hit through my swing. I sure would hate it if somebody just left me in here as a zombie, though. In all zombie games, I always try to kill those, like, loose, lone zombies. Simply on, like, the off chance that they do retain some consciousness and are suffering. Some medicine here. Potentially some guns over here. Operation Dead Hunting. Lots and lots of guns. An AUG A3, an R12K Dragon, which takes incendiary shotgun shells, and the 1887 T800, made popular by movies and video games.
Nice.
Well, we'll have plenty of ammo.
We'll be ready.
Looks like somebody rammed the gate. I wonder if that did something to hasten this place's downfall. Somebody trying to get at loved ones who were locked up in here? Honestly, I wouldn't blame them. Ignoring military guidelines so that more people can survive has kind of been our whole MO for this entire time. And it seems like the surviving military actually seem to think we're right. I'm just killing stuff at this point. I mean, if we're gonna be gone soon, why not? I want that soldier, though. Watch them all burn.
So, we've got a visitor. I know you have a lot to do, but time's running short on some of this. You may need to hurry.
Did you just cut short quest dialogue? Because that's really annoying when that happens, when you cut it for, like, nothing. But anyway, yeah, it sounds like we should head home. They say one of Joe Wilkerson's guys just showed up.
I'm on the move.
Roger that.
Okay. Seems like something we might want to rush for.
How's it going?
I'm almost there.
We'll crack open. How's it going?
Found this while I was
Yeah,
out.
we have lots and lots more ammo, another 15 cases.
Stuff.
We've more than made up our loss. So now I want to know, what is it that you guys
There you go.
want?
Job said.
Don't say I never gave you
Wants to
anything.
ask a favor of
My hero.
You know what? Maya's been through so much. Why don't we send our leader, who we've hardly used on this one? Marcus, you haven't gotten the opportunity to do very much in this game.
We got a big trade going down with them folks over at the ranch house. But they want some kind of neutral observer, whatever the fuck. Job figured maybe you'd put their minds at ease. What do you say? You'll get a cut of the deal, of course, provided it all goes according to plan.
Okay. Let's broker the
Whatever you
exchange.
Great. Here's the address. You pick up the folks at the ranch, make sure they get there okay. Mickey and Job will meet you there.
I think it's more important to send a friendly face than a fighter, although a fighter we most certainly are.
Looks like we missed our shot.
So, we're a taxi service, but perhaps it would be more comfortable in this?
So we're brokering deals for the Wilkersons now, huh? Super. What's next? Ooh, do you think I could join the Mafia?
Wait, what?
I just don't think we should be so friendly with them, you know? I mean, yeah, not many people left, stupid to burn bridges, yada yada yada, I get that. But these are bad people. The only reason they haven't turned on us yet is because they're getting what they want from us.
For now, it's a good enough reason. It's bad enough fighting zombies. I don't want to fight the Wilkersons, too.
Okay, it's your call. For the record, if this turns out to be a trap, I'm totally claiming I told you so rights for a week. Also, you're on cleanup duty. Have fun!
I'm just saying. Their house is made of kindling. Get somebody to sneak up in the middle of the night, toss a Molotov in there, probably ignite their own stock while we're at it, then shoot them with our rifles as they try to flee into the night. Their biggest advantage is the fact that its position makes it kind of a fortress, but what are they going to do when their fortress is on fire? I just wish it gave us... I just wish it gave us the option instead of just doing everything on rails like this. And that's the thing about this game. When I downloaded the demo for it, I was blown away. I thought, this is my dream game right here. And the longer you play, the more you start to realize that a lot of the things you assume you'd be able to do, a lot of the things it seems to imply that you'd be able to do, just aren't there. It stops short of where it could be great. And in the end, it's just a good game. It just really sucks that nothing has ever really done better, even the sequel. Your ride. Bit of an overreaction.
You the one the Wilkerson sent?
That's right. Follow me.
Huh. Didn't figure you for Job's cronies. Always heard you folks were decent sorts.
I'm just here to make sure the trade goes nice and smooth.
Then you'd best watch the Wilkersons. I trust them about as far as a two-headed snake.
I'm not sure I have a choice. Oh, hey, it's right here.
So, you got what we asked for?
It's all right here.
Hope you brought something worthwhile. It ain't wise to cross me.
Here you go, as promised.
Well, that just about ought to do it. Appreciate you taking care of this for us. Now, why don't you run along? You hear me?
What do you mean, why don't I run along? I thought the whole point was that I was here to mediate the deal, be a neutral observer. I can't do anything else to influence this encounter? There's nothing else I can do. I'm just leaving them alone with you. Not to mention, I had to drive them... You went to Marshall to get somebody to drive them down the block. Really? Okay. Yeah, lose all that trust. That's the reason. And all three are dead. Second we drive away. No sound of gunshots, no agency in any of this. Oh, but hey, the bandits left behind all their stuff. See what I mean? In a lot of ways, this game just feels unfinished. Like, there's things the developers wanted to do, and that's why it's so baffling that they didn't do those things when they got the opportunity in the sequel. I guess let's pick that stuff up
I'm bringing this stuff home.
and put it away.
Roger that. We'll be waiting.
We are mediating the deal in the end. We literally didn't do the job that we were brought out here to do. Like, I don't understand why this mission is even in the game.
I'm loaded up.
Like, it feels like it's rooted in, like, a number of decision-making and gameplay features that simply aren't here. And so the end result is just drive here, not even collect reward? Like, I don't understand what the difference is between this being here and not. You know what? I think Marcus would probably feel like doing something for somebody right now. So we do have a search and rescue mission available. Also, the Wilkersons just gave us ammo. So that's great. Okay, and here.
Anybody home?
Well, besides a zombie, which does not bode well for any potential survivors. Nor does a big open room where we cannot see them. When I was younger, I used to just kill everything. These days, I simply can't be bothered.
Anybody home?
Marcus, that almost sounded like a one-liner. I just noticed while pulling up to the house, and I mean, I probably commented on it before, but one of the things I really like about the sound design in this game is how it just sounds like regular morning ambiance, birds chirping. If there's no zombies around, it won't even sound any different. It doesn't feel the need to have a constant, like, spooky soundtrack or anything like that. Although I believe I had a mod a long time ago that added, like, Romero dread music. Nobody...
Thanks.
Oh, there you go. Karen!
Guess I've taken up enough of your time already. Let's get out of here.
You just keep getting into trouble, don't you? Still, though, I am glad we get missions from people like you because, think about it, you're the person, or one of the two, who we rescued from being executed by the military for squatting. And here you still are. And it's really cool to me when you manage to keep a character alive for a long time, and you know that they don't have to be alive, that as weak as they are, they probably shouldn't be, but, you know, through this collective effort, these people are still going. They're alive because of us. The only member of our group we've actually lost in this playthrough is Pastor Will. We almost, very nearly lost Jacob last episode. But ultimately, the thing I'm most impressed with is the fact that we have not lost Alan. I have never had him leave the church. And now here he is still alive near the end of the game. I want to see if it's possible. I want to see if it's possible. Now, it's a dangerous game, because by keeping him here... Oh, wow, these missions just building up. By keeping him here, if he goes, he's probably going to take somebody else with him. That's what's so scary about doing this. Marcus, you have a problem. You have a real problem with painkillers. And snacks. Oh, hey, it's that abandoned factory. What would you say to some impromptu urbex? This is the one we saw when we were investigating Marshall's tower. Maybe some combat, that's for sure. Plenty of that to be had here. Oh no, this bar is gonna break. Maybe we can find another weapon inside. There's actually a lot up here for an abandoned spot. Alright, let's back up and put some guns to work. Good stuff. Good stuff. No. There's not going to be much here, is there?
Good thing my tape recorder was running. You're gonna want to hear this.
Wouldn't mind some help getting past these assholes.
Sounds like they're in a bad spot.
Somebody needs a distraction. Everybody always needs a distraction around here. Please, any melee weapons whatsoever. Nope. Or actually, yeah, no. We can break open and get a hatchet. Well, it's something. I think that's the first time in this game I've actually broken open resources. Normally I avoid doing that like the plague, but well, seems like the plague can't be avoided if it's in the water now. Ooh, some more 44 rounds and a candlestick, exactly what I need. Ibuprofen and some 44.
Right now?
This place is really cool. Every once in a while there's just a unique building that's a lot of fun to hang out in. Of course, what I like about Project Zomboid is that we could make this a base if we wanted. Right, I forgot about this. This is the school. Completely quarantined, but from the fires and the bags stacked high. Cronenberg Elementary. Things don't look too good in there.
Hey, I think we got a plan for getting out of this shithole. Meet us out by the pass, we'll go over.
Problems getting out. Exit strategy. Well, okay, there's just one more thing, one loose end that is keeping me here. And that's the soldier living under our shield umbrella. At this point, I'm about to camp outside this guy's window and start holding a radio over my head playing Peter Gabriel. Why are we doing this? Why won't he join? There's a horde here. I'm gonna have to break the car. I'm hoping that by destroying this infestation, I can make him like me more. I'm not sure that's how it works. But I can try it. There's so much coming. Oh my god. Look at all this. I haven't even gotten to the infestation yet. And I keep forgetting you're actually a pretty good fighter now. Now, this mag is not only the last of our ammo, it's the last of our suppressor.
Last clip. Better make it count.
Okay, so that shot through a door worked. I guess that, well, I guess that counts. What actually counts as a successful screamer hit on us is somewhat vague and ill-defined, but they're dead now. What counts as a hit is also somewhat vague and ill-defined. But you should be the last of this. I guess not. I guess newcomers also count. A couple of military zombies. We're starting to see more of these.
That should do it.
There we go.
Confirmed. We are set free here.
Do you like me more now? No, that did nothing. Alright, this way. Traps ready. Horde incoming. Let's do it. It just never wants to actually trigger. Up there we go! That's how it's done. Bud, please. I'll do anything.
Give us a hand clearing
Clear an
this place out.
infestation?
Ready
Sure
to
thing.
move.
Sure
Let's do
thing.
this.
And look, I'll even give you... I'll give you this 357 ammo. I'm never going to use it. This hatchet, it's yours. It's well below my grade. But that doesn't do anything for us. It just gets us reputation.
Let's do this.
Let's do this indeed. Well, let's do this smart, please.
Zombies to your left.
Let those who will see us come out. Let those who will scream us die. It didn't kill it. Okay, well, now I need to help you. Yes, because clearly that's who I wanted to attack. No, you don't. Please get up. That was your one free one. We cannot let you get cornered again.
Yeah, keep it up.
There it goes. There's a horde right around the corner, of course. Let's get inside. It'll be less likely to notice us. That was a good knockdown. I'll be honest, I'm really starting to question your usefulness, bud. Do you even have a weapon?
Looks pretty
There
clear
we
to
go.
me.
Paid for our trouble. More buddy-buddy. You should now be max trust, right? I think that means we just have to give you some time. Like any good relationship. Oh, Liliana Archer, our butcher is missing. Can we find her? Maya could be a good person for this. Look at all these people just tied down in missions. Search and rescue. Let's get out there. As far as I'm concerned, we have come way too far to lose anybody now. Hey, there you are.
Let's get moving.
What was
Guess
the
I've
problem
taken up enough
again?
of your time already. Let's get out of here.
Nice.
Great. Can't have anybody missing. We're about to leave. Look at Karen defending the way in.
Here we are.
This place has proven to be such a good base. I've never really done it before. But it actually is, like, really, really just cool. Her shooting over our head as we ride in.
I thought I was dead.
You know what? I never looked at this. Bonus Survivor. Thank you for purchasing the original edition of State of Decay. Select this option, and an exclusive character will be added directly to your community. Gurabani Kaur, a survivor, came bearing gifts. Somebody who came to us, not the other way around. But who are they? Oh, and you're... Wait, for some reason you're our medical advisor. Who are you? Well, you've got a unique skin. You have got... Wow, you have got a talwar, a popular sword from the Indian subcontinent, anaconda, an ancient Indian sword design. You are a sword master. What are your skills like? Let's give you some combat endurance. You do have some research skill. That's why you're in the lab. Let's see what you can do for us. Well, if we're going to be leaving the valley, I'm glad to have you with us. Look at you, Karen! No, sorry, that was Ed. Karen was still cool before, though. I'm trying to give her some time to shine, Ed. This thing's pretty cool. Yep. Not quite the quick killer of Maya, though. I kind of wish we had gotten you from the beginning. We could have gotten your skills up. You actually don't have great fighting skills, but you could. You've got great cardio also. You're somebody that we can train into a sword fighter, not someone who immediately is. Oh, we missed out on an opportunity to have you from the beginning. Enough training, you could be our Indian Michonne. Yep. And your gun is pretty cool too. Wow, I hadn't even looked at it. Wait, what is it? Wingate Commando. A very iconic suppressed rifle from World War II. This working model was embellished as a gift. Look at that, she's already making a name for herself. Lots and lots of kills really quickly. And now she can choose her specialization. That took minutes. There we go. She's a killing machine.
All squared away?
Come with me. You need to get out of your own head for a little while.
Sure.
There is a horde taking a survivor out on a mission. That's a feral. Let's see how well this thing performs.
Heads up. Zombies coming.
Like every other gun in the game. Good. Biggest problem right now is bladed weapons and their condition. And neither of these were really great to begin with, to be honest. Alright, let's swing wide and avoid that feral if we can.
Okay, now we're gonna kill some zombies the old-fashioned.
Howdy, folks. Oh, great. They're all going to be upstairs, aren't they? Somebody got stretched. Who is it?
Don't let it get up!
Better do one more sweep. Make sure everything's... Nice work. You really kicked some ass back there.
So did you.
Appreciate it. Okay, I'll follow your lead. Watch out!
Alright, at this point, I unfortunately think our soldier just prefers to live alone. in spite of the fact that I really do want to continue on here, because especially in this last part, we've gotten so many emergent stories out of this. I think it's probably best if we move on. Let's make sure we have a weapon that has good condition. This one's pretty good. See, here's the bittersweet thing about leaving now. I'm a little disappointed we didn't build the community a bit more in terms of getting more people in here. I don't understand why this guy won't come in. I've never seen a community with just one person before, for one thing. And he's got good skills, too. But also, we haven't missed much either. We've pretty much seen a lot of the same missions looping over and over again. And aside from the last story mission that's left, that hasn't really changed. There's like a couple of courthouse missions we haven't seen, just involving the sheriff. The Wilkerson thing, that concluded. The last time we saw them, as far as I know, that's the last mission involving them. It just feels so unfinished. I think the only emergent thing we haven't seen is an attack on the base, which is basically what happens when infestations and hordes build up too much and they all start converging on your position. But really it just means, you know, one by one they start filing in. Your base people can usually kill them all on their own. With an outpost they definitely can, because they'll just keep dying. I guess what I'm saying ultimately is that there's a really cool foundation here, and it probably feels, if you haven't seen this game before, like there's a lot to do that I'm leaving behind. I feel that way too, but there isn't much. Of course, you can always try and like see how many people you can get into your base. Like I said, I've had communities with like 40 plus people if I really stuck around for a while. Part of the reason I'm leaving now is because the soldier won't join, and I want to see Alan survive. Which is, you know, in stark contrast to what I was saying last part. But just for the novelty, you know? Something I've never done in the 12 years this has been out. We're getting up into the mountains now. I took a wrong turn, and now here we are. And I really love that Mount Tanner is something that is visible from just about every point on the map. The place where it all started, you can always look to it as your North Star. Oh man, I just realized I should have brought some explosives. What if we have to fight like a juggernaut or something? Hang on. We're right here. Maybe I can find something? Okay, I saw that big icon on the minimap, and I was really worried that a feral was chasing me because it was moving fast. We're gonna come through here, see if we can find like mines or grenades or something of the sort. You guys still in here?
What's up?
Seems you are. Will you be joining us at the final assault? You guys have got nothing. Think about it. In the beginning, the military were these mysterious guys buzzing around. We were always looking to them for answers, and now we come over here and we look on them like they're in poverty. Like, oh man, isn't there anything we can do to help these guys? Okay, there's a grenade. Yep. Of course, we also don't want to expend all of our condition. Oop. You don't. Move. Goodbye. Another grenade. Finally, a grenade launcher. That's what I've been looking for the entire game. Ooh, and it's got 6 shells already loaded in. We're bringing that with us for sure. No reason to save our condition now. Can't take any of this with us. There's no reason to hold anything back. This is the home stretch. Ah, right here, where only a person could walk through. Great. Seems you brought your own military truck. It's a convention. That does also mean it should be an easier spot to hold. Oh no, never mind. They can just come right in from the sides. It means it's a harder spot to get a useful vehicle in.
Alright, here's the situation. This pass is the only way out of the valley, and the army clearly doesn't want us leaving anytime soon.
So why don't we just climb it?
We don't know what's on the other side of that pass. We're going to need food, medicine, transportation. You know, the usual.
So what? We tear it down?
No way we can tear down this barricade by hand. Zeds would have us for breakfast before we made it 10 feet.
Can we blast our way through? What? I'm thinking outside the box.
No, I like it. It's got a certain devil-may-care panache. So, what's the plan?
I guess we need to find some explosives. Big ones.
What about the other survivors? We can't just abandon them and hope they figure out the problem with the water.
You're right. Start putting out calls to everyone we know. Tell them to get ready to move. We're all getting out of here.
Maybe don't tell the Wilkersons. We may have been doing good work this entire time, but now we're the heroes. By default, we've saved everyone. You're welcome. Good shooting, Ed. Seems like Sam's combat training mission is taking me across the river. You got this one? Thank you. Your animation didn't imply that you did.
Now let's try some shooting. If you've got one, attach a suppressor to muffle the sound. It's not totally silent, but it makes a big difference. Watch your ammo and reload when it's safe.
Pace yourself.
Oh, hey, look at this! There's a little cave partway up the rock face. A little camp inside. Alright, you want to take care of this last one? Good job.
I feel a lot more confident now.
Looks like somebody made a bone effigy. Find some weird things out here. I guess we should be thankful that whoever made this is gone now. So I'm not getting the next mission, and that's giving me a really bad feeling that the reason it won't move forward is because I still have Alan. I've never gotten him anywhere near this far before. I've never gotten him out of like the beginning of the game. So maybe this can be considered an achievement in and of itself?
Ready to go collect some explosives? Come with me.
Okay, I just restarted. There we go.
Now, if we're lucky, when the troops pulled out, they left behind anything too heavy to carry. Maybe including artillery shells. If they did, the ammo would be in this warehouse. There's just one problem.
Let me guess. Hordes of shrieking, ravenous undead?
Congratulations. You're less of a fuck-up than some 4-star generals I know.
Oh, that makes me feel real good. Alright, let's go deal with it.
We might have a problem here.
Yeah?
Alright, let me have it. What's up?
We've been looking through some of the records the army left behind. Looks like before the main force pulled out, a bunch of soldiers got sick. Sounds like the same thing Alan and Pastor Will had.
Had?
They ran out of room in their infirmary, so they started putting the sick anywhere they could find room, including a certain warehouse.
The warehouse I'm headed to right now?
Yeah, that place is gonna be lousy with zombies.
And to think, I actually had hope for this generation.
I swear I love every other line in this game. But no, Alan's still alive, right? He didn't just kill him off screen on me. No, there he is. We are getting Alan out of here. That is the that's actually the main cause of the series. So fun fact, I actually figured this out while I was trying to find information on whether this was a bug. Just 2 years ago, there was a Reddit thread where somebody talked about saving Alan in the campaign. Which is basically an exploit. Like, you're not supposed to be able to. Canonically, he's supposed to die. But it is possible. It is doable through, like, shenanigans or stuff like this. And the voice actor actually replied. Or not so much voice actor, because he stressed he's not a professional voice actor. He's actually one of the co-creators of the game. He simply stepped in because they didn't have anyone else to do it. Here come the hordes. I think in a mission like this, it's for the best. If we take care of this as early as possible. We don't want anything chasing us in from behind.
What's up?
What's the word?
Hi.
Let's get those explosives.
We might actually unfuck ourselves at this rate.
I love you so much. It even appears as an infestation. So let's be on the lookout for screamers, shall we?
Zombies up ahead.
I heard something really bad. Yep. But in a group, we should be okay. I ain't letting you get tackled. But don't let it get up. There we go. They may not be using their rifles much. But we're still good. It actually feels like we're rolling with a whole crew. I mean, granted, it's because you artificially restricted us to one other partner at a time, and half the time, they run away. Marcus is the biggest coward. I love that about this playthrough. That's my favorite piece of emergent storytelling. How Ed miraculously recovers from his bite, takes Marcus out on a trip to heal his cowardice, and then as soon as we ask for his help, he ditches us in our moment of need. I think his relationship with Ed is going to be strained after this.
Swing wide. Got zombies to the left.
There's so much. Oh my god. Okay, I should have brought explosives. Hit him, hit him, hit him. Oh god, I hope you guys don't die. You're all gonna die. You're all gonna die. Ow. Oh my god. See, this is why I don't like fighting these things in groups. It's down. You guys actually friggin' did it. Christ, maybe I should have just stayed out of it. You guys are clearly scripted to win. Well, now Jacob's injured again. But you guys didn't even need to wait for him to be extra vulnerable. Sometimes it is easier, though, to be more nimble, lighter, alone. Because then you can just avoid them. Oh my god, get out of the way. Two screamers.
Open sesame.
And one of them doesn't even count. Alright, you guys watch my back. I'm gonna look for that screamer, okay?
What's up? Zombies on our left.
Not anymore. Kind of funny that we were already here once before by chance. You know what? You finish the rest of this. There you go. That one was in a cage. Did it really matter?
Bingo. That's exactly what we need.
Roger that. I'll take care of these. You go make sure you and your people are all stocked up and ready to blow this shit stand.
Maya will be with you shortly. Fortunately, it looks like we're getting out of here on our own. Ed's missing. Ed's missing. Marcus, this is your chance to redeem yourself. Go bring him home. It's all the way over there.
If we don't help out soon, it may be too late. Do what you can.
We leave now. We leave him behind.
I'll check this out next.
Roger that.
Marcus, I like to think you feel really bad about leaving him up at Mount Tanner. Let's get searching. Thankfully, it's a fairly small area.
Hello?
Nobody here.
Time to move on. Anybody home?
Ed, you raiding the pantry?
Time to move on. Area's secure. No Zeds here. Anybody in here?
There you are.
God.
Let's get moving.
You know, sometimes I wonder why you're even stuck at all. Let's go. Things are about to wrap up. For all she's gotten us through, it's a real good thing we stopped to go look for Maya back at the lake, huh?
We're all ready to go. Just waiting on you.
That's all there is to it. And I'm ready. After all this time, actually, I'm not ready. There's so much more I'd like to do. I want to continue playing on this save. But as a series, we've seen about all there is to see. Here it is. I can see a few guys milling around over there, so hopefully that means we'll have the squad like we did before. Wait, is that Lily? That's some of our people. That's Anderson. And Sam. Oh, thank God, we're in the presence of a legend.
Okay, this is it. Needless to say, this kind of explosion's gonna raise 7 different kinds of hell, so if you've got any unfinished business, now's the time. So how about it? Ready to see what's on the other side?
Let's find out. Is that soldier ready to come with us? Doesn't look like it. He's content on his own, and you know what? That's fine by me.
This is it.
Let's do it.
Alright, I'm gonna set the charges. Cover my ass. I'm guessing nobody else here knows how to set blasting charges, so they'll actually take down the barricade without collapsing the pass.
Yep. Didn't need to tell me twice. Would much rather be playing defense than actually messing around with those explosives. Here comes a whole bunch of things. Hey, survivors actually using guns. Unfortunately, it's a shotgun, and not really what's needed for this particular situation. Okay, we've got the grenade launcher. You're mine. Oh man, it randomly chose like the worst selection of dudes. Oh Sam, you're using a pistol. It's Anderson who's throwing the useless buckshot. Try not to die, Sam. We've come too far to lose somebody now. Especially not one of the originals. You, Anderson, just keep being you. Oh my god. Okay, this is what we brought this for. That is most definitely what we brought this for. Sam's pretty wounded, though. What was just happening with all my stuff there? Oh my god. Perfect, we got a perfect feral dodge by the end of this. Awesome. There's a lot coming in. Let's try and be ready for it. God, I love this tomahawk. Meanwhile, lots have been coming from across the bridge. Whoa! I forgot to switch weapons. Well, it worked. Let's make sure we heal from that, okay? Well, that was exciting. Come on, you got it. Anytime now. Something's running across the bridge. It's a feral. Eric, you don't sound so good. Wow, you do not want to die from these headshots. You almost convincingly played dead for a second. Alright, who cares if our suppressor goes out? Doesn't really matter when they're all running at us anyways. Anderson, you done killing this one zombie yet? No? Okay, try not to shoot me. Thank you. We're done.
Everybody clear? Okay. Fire in the hole! Well, shit.
What happened?
Let me put it in technical terms. No boom. Must be a problem with the detonator. Keep these assholes off me while I go check.
More defense. You know, I do only have so much ammo. There's another. Back up, back up, back up. And that's one less. I had to do something satisfying for the sake of it sooner or later, right? Hey, look at you doing something useful. Just try not to get bit from behind there. Look at you posing confidently with your rifle. Is it a rifle or a shotgun? I really can't... Okay, it's a shotgun. I thought it had a scope for a second. You smell it there?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are royally screwed. The detonator's shot, or else the receiver is. Bottom line, there's no way to blow this thing from a safe distance.
Can't we just shoot it? Set it off that way?
What is this, an action movie? This is C4 we're talking about here. You can light it on fire and it won't go off. It only detonates if you hit it with an electrical current.
So what? We're trapped?
Well, unless somebody walks up to the bomb, rips the electrical leads out of the detonator and jams them into the charge by hand, yeah.
I'll do it.
What?
I'll set it off.
No, you
Look,
can't.
I'm living on borrowed time as it is. It's not like anyone's still making the meds I need, right? Please. I'd rather go out like this than lying delirious in a bed somewhere.
Sorry, kid. If we're going by who's dying first, I got you beat by at least a few months. Besides, you wouldn't even know which end of the wire to strip.
You sure about this?
Christ, no. I want to live. But, well, since that's not looking too likely, I might as well be the guy you tell your grandkids about. Hey. You assholes better build a statue of me.
Say what you want about this game, it's got great dialogue. Sam came out of that pretty injured. But it was exciting.
Let's move! Wait a minute.
Lily, we don't have time.
Just a second.
What is that?
I wanted to leave something behind for the people that didn't make it. Even if nobody knows what it means but us, they deserve to be remembered.
Come on, though. Mother of God.
What do we do now?
We go to work.
And just like the rest of the game, the transition to the end credits is hilariously abrupt. But yeah, that was State of Decay, and it's very flawed, but fun, and it feels like it's missing a lot, but it's fun. And it fills a niche that just, there was nothing like it, and there's been nothing since. Which is a crime, because, you know, with the way hardware is developed, with the way indie developers are able to do so much, I just can't believe that something like this hasn't even at least been tried again, you know? I mean, actually the best example I've seen is a Flash game, Rebuild 3. And, you know, the previous two. Rebuild 3 is actually on Steam, I have it, and it's a lot of fun. And in some ways it's deeper than this, but it's more of like it's more of a strategy game. But against even my own expectations, I have gotten what I wanted out of this series and then some, which is that there's all these emergent stories that emerge just out of the characters and how they interact throughout the game. And it's not even just the scripted stuff. I mean, Marcus leaving us was kind of connected to us having to come and sort of, you know, counsel him on his fear. And like, just little things like that. Once you start noticing little trends, you'll create a whole character in your head for these people just based on the situations they seem to keep getting themselves into. Even if it's not necessarily reflected in the game or the stats or the story, you'll make your own just on your observations. We had, of course, Marcus, the cowardly leader. We had Ed, the go-getter, who just can't seem to catch a break because everybody keeps letting him down. We had Anderson Barrera, the total monster of a fighter who goes out and does his own thing and doesn't give a good god darn what anybody thinks. But whenever we're not playing as him, seems to be totally incompetent, but we just kind of figure that's just his vibe. So many little things like that that aren't part of the game, but again, once you have that story in your head for them, you'll let everything else that happens to them sort of lend itself to that story. It's a game where I think if you have the imagination, you'll get a lot more out of it than just the sum of its parts. And from the little time I spent with State of Decay 2, I felt like, in a lot of ways, that was missing from it. As I kept saying, the dialogue is fantastic. So much of it I still remember all these years later. The gameplay, while basic, is really quite fun. Like, it flows. It is dependent on stats, and you can become a god from someone who's quite weak, but there's still enough skill in the gameplay itself that you can do pretty well for yourself even on a new character. And I like that it's not such a grind with each person. Now, of course, the main aspect of this game, the community building, is pretty shallow, and that's a huge, problem for this. And the way you, choose to deal with other survivors, there's not much agency in that. It's really disappointing that the main draw of the game is actually one of its weakest points. But there's still enough there that, like I said, if you had the imagination, it'll be enjoyable. The thing you gotta remember, though, is that nobody really expected much from this. It was a $20 Xbox Live Arcade game in 2013. In that way, it actually kind of blew expectations out of the water. It just sucks that it's never really been developed on. There are a couple of other criticisms. I do feel that once you know how to play it, it is a bit too easy. We were just rolling in supplies without me really having to do any scavenging, and I only came close to losing a character in combat once. The Breakdown DLC sort of fixes that because you just keep going and the difficulty ramps up and up and up until the whole map is just flooded with zombies all the time, and then you'll probably start losing people. But it is a little disappointing that we never had that level of emergent storytelling in this game. There is one major upside, though. For the first time ever, I had Alan live. And it's mainly because I rushed through it. But hey, it was entirely possible that one more load of the game and he would have turned and killed people, so in that way it was a race against the clock that we won. I thought it was weird that I had to press escape to get out of the end of the credits, and now we're on the black background. Maybe one of these days I'll come back and do a shorter series on Lifeline. That's a more action-y DLC in which we play as the military in the city. But all I can say now is that it was a surprising amount of fun to revisit this, a series that I did have my doubts about going in, because I wasn't sure there'd be much to talk about. But if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.